Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. We have another Wii knife. Now, if you watch my content all the time, like you don't miss an upload, then you know good and well that I've been hyper critical of Wii knives and their outrageous price increases. Just their general pricing over, I don't know, the last couple of years has just been really crazy. I know a lot of people only catch a video here or there and they assume, oh, everything he gets for free, he's just going to say, thumbs up, buy this because I get a kickback, right? Well, the affiliate links exist. Absolutely. In fact, there will be an affiliate link for this knife right down in the description, and it does help my channel and use those links. But it's not going to stop me from pointing out a knife that has a price tag that's way too high. So if you've been watching, you'll know, yeah, Metal Complex has not been super nice to Wii knives, even though they're sending him free things. Not been super nice about their pricing. It's because their pricing has been absolutely insane. It's been abysmal, like way too high. So, given that the most recent Wii knife that I unboxed actually was pretty decent. If you guys remember, it was kind of like a super Malibu. You know, nothing new, but certainly not outrageous considering what it was when we were looking at the price tag. I'm hoping that maybe they have another in line with that here. You know, we'll see. We're gonna get it out. Just an unboxing today, not a review, just a first impressions video. Thanks to Wii Knives for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. This says it's called the Flightline Dark Gray Titanium Handle Stonewashed Bowler M390 Blade Limited Edition. Limited edition, guys. Oh boy. Well, limited edition does not bode well because limited edition usually means we put a card in the box and it costs $100 more or $200 more. Yep, there it is. It looks good. It looks official. This is number 51 of 200. But in reality, these can be anywhere from there's nothing special about this to holy moly, they actually tried. So let's see what we've got here. It does not feel, it doesn't feel huge or small. It feels medium. You know, just handling this package, I can tell you, I've handled a package or two. Some would say I'm, you know, the package handler. And I can tell you right away, I get my hands on a package and I can tell you whether or not it's going to be a big boy. All right. Oh, okay. We have ventilation. Which end does it come out? There we go. Okay. Interesting. I've been using this one a lot lately. Off the beaten path. A little off the beaten path. We got some ventilation going on there. Kind of interesting angles. This area here, this little drop down. Have always loved this pivot design. Flat with the polished bevel around the outside, just subtle. And then we have these angled areas here. So that's actually contouring. So this surface is contoured and this surface is contoured as well, which is really cool. A couple little areas down here. This is all just aesthetic stuff. Multi-beveled backspacer, which is also pretty nice. We have, you know, kind of a cool pocket clip. I don't know what the 01 is. It's certainly not the serial number because my serial number is on there. Other than that, though, oh, it does look like a nested liner lock. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm still very concerned about what the price tag's going to be, right? But pretty cool look. We have a nice, just straight sort of overcast, kind of, I call it overcast sky. It's a blasted, I don't know what it's not silver blasted, but some sort of media blasted blade here. Triple groove, triple fuller. Not something you see very often. Not something that's easily made, to look good. But yeah, the jimping actually there's some traction there. I was going to say it's not functional at all. Aggressive clip point, reasonably kind of medium thick edge. Nested lock here. Now, oh, they did it. They don't have to, but they did. This is a nothing deal to some people. It's a big deal to me. This is actually a titanium lock bar with a steel lock bar insert. Most of the time, companies like we will cheap out and just do a steel lock bar. Is there a disadvantage in terms of utility to a steel lock bar? No, not at all, because it's still a steel-on-steel contact between the lock face of the blade and the lock face of the lock, right? That's just to reduce wear. Titanium on steel will wear faster. It still will take a long time, but it'll wear faster. In this case, we have a titanium lock bar with the steel lock bar insert. So you get the benefit of the insert and the luxury of the titanium. That's cool. Usually weed cheaps out there. They didn't do that here. Oh boy, that action. Yeah, this has the sauce. So this is a Wee sauce knife, and if you don't know what I mean by that, it means certain Wee knives feel like they're made in a different factory. These, when I say different, I mean a factory with like newer equipment and more precise equipment. And this feels like one of those knives. I don't know what it is. But there are distinct differences between certain, like it's anywhere from it's a really good knife to holy moly, was this even made by the same company, right? This has that feeling of that sauce there. The action is crazy. That flipper tab is really low profile and a touch pointy, so you just get that little tip there. But once you get a hold of it, you're good. A couple of little jimps there to help you out. No lefty mounting position there. Really nice looking, nice, modern, streamlined. Almost looks like something that GTC would throw together when they're trying to make something that looked more like a knife and less like a robot wiener. I like GTC, but I mean, like, let's be honest, that's what it looks like there. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see what this thing costs. The flight line. Yeah. Okay. All right, okay. USD MSRP, $395. We can ignore that. Somebody has their dill pickle all twisted up over that right now. Calm down. Uncoil your pickle, okay? No one, that is never going to be listed anywhere for that price. That's just like the the ceremonial initial listing price. And then we get to MAP, which is the actual price, the street price that you'll see, $335.75. So what we have here is not anything outrageous in terms of the steel. We have an M390 blade, and here's the deal. They always list these as 59 to 61 or sometimes 58 to 60 if it's a coated blade. A lot of Taylor's testing has shown that these things come in at 60, 61, sometimes, slightly higher than 61. So I think they provide the range and then do their best to hit the top end of it. Does that mean that we're never going to see, the Taylor's never going to see a 58 or 59 HRC M390 blade from Wee? No, it doesn't mean that. But I really wish that their low end of their target range would be a minimum of 60. So it looks like Wee does their best to keep it high, but I don't actually know. And until Taylor has like 20 or 30 of them that he can test, like from recent batches that are made by Wee, it's going to be really hard to say. So it's basic M390. Now the blade, is there more effort in it? Yeah, those triple fullers, just a little more there. It's nothing crazy. It's not like a wild compound blade, but the 3 fullers, it's pretty cool. There's a little extra effort there. I think there's quite a bit of additional effort in the handles. Multiple bevels, and these 2 areas are contoured. So this is not flat titanium. It is contouring. We have some extra polishing here, different finishes. And then there's the nested titanium lock bar. It doesn't add anything. People get some people just get so stuck on this. Because it doesn't change anything in terms of utility between itself and the lesser just steel liner variant, it can't cost more. And that's wrong. It can. Something can do the same thing and cost more to create, whether it's the process, the manufacturing process, or the materials used. Even though those materials or the process doesn't actually change the outcome in terms of how capable the object is, if the process or the materials themselves are more expensive, then it'll create a higher price tag. That's how that works, right? Your feelings might make you feel yucky inside about that, but that doesn't matter. It's just the fact of it is that it'll add cost. So we have got nice additional effort here in the backspacer. It's not just a flat backspacer. There's a couple little things going on here. The pocket clip's pretty basic, right? A bunch of holes. I mean, I got to take the time to drill those, but really just the additional titanium lock bar there with the steel lock bar insert. I think the price is too high. But I don't think it's like too high. Like, oh my god, what are you guys thinking? There have been knives in the past from Wii where I'm like, what is this? What is this absolute joke? I think this looks and feels, you know, given everything that's going on here, it might be about a $300 knife. So they might be, you know, $35 over the line there. But honestly, pretty cool. This is a pretty cool knife. It's good looking. I think it's going to appeal to a lot of people. What is not going to appeal to people is the fact that we have yet another liner lock. Liner lock, frame lock, plunge lock, crossbar lock. These are all locking systems that are fine if you keep doing them alongside newer locking systems. Wii knives desperately, along with Civivi and Sencut, they desperately need to implement a top liner lock. This is a locking system that has been implemented by so many other companies, and it's doing well for them. You can take past designs that were very popular and update them with these newer locking systems, and it sort of refreshes it. It makes people interested in it again. So I don't know why we insist on developing so many new models with the exact same locking systems when they could do a little of that and then still make some of these locking systems, right, and on newer things, but then make new knives with new locking systems. Develop their own locking system. I mean, they have the funds to do it. There's no way they don't. Or go back and take some of their most popular designs and do a different locking system with them. I'm not really sure why they don't do that. This, you know, despite not being the most offensive price tag I've seen from Wii here lately, is really still nothing incredibly special. It will be more special to certain people. I think if you look at this and you're thinking that's pretty appealing, you're not alone. The blade to handle ratio is really good. This has, you know, what I call the Shirogorov ratio, and I bet you anything. This is 8.85 inches with a 3.85 to 4 inch blade. I'd bet you anything. Now, you could say, well, you just looked at the spec sheet. You're right. Okay, I was a little off. It's 8.65 inches with a 3.85 inch blade and 3.75 inches of cutting edge. So it's pretty close. But it does have that Shirogorov ratio. And that's what's looking familiar to you guys. It's almost like GTC and Shirogorov. The Shirogorov. Take any GTC model and mix it with the Shirogorov F95 or the F3, and this is what you would come up with. Actually, that sounds like a really cool collaboration with the kickstop. But anyways, yeah, I think it's about 35 high, and it's not doing anything special. But it is cool, and we're not going to dismiss it just because it doesn't have a new locking system. I don't think that this is an L for Wii. I don't think that it's like a shining golden W, but it is cool. I'm not sure that this needs to be a special edition. I think it could just be a regular knife, right? They're like, well, we're only making X amount of them. I mean, like technically any of their models, they could just put a card and say, this is how many we made and this is what number it is. That makes it a special edition. Outside of that, without this card, this is just a Wii knife, right? But the extra effort's there. It's pretty cool. It's not going to appeal to everybody, but not bad. Not bad. Not nowhere near the worst that's come from Wii here recently. I actually think it looks pretty nice. That's going to be it for me today, guys. You will get a full-length review on this knife down the road. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. I don't know what that was. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex. So go right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.